splat zones. And we have both teams here competing. We have an interesting comp of a lot of weapons. We have a Dynamo coming out from Team Tempo, as both teams are going to be trying to rush into mid and just quickly paint. Probably going to try and farm up that armor, as we see the NZAP just quickly getting up to 60. And just we're going to go on in. And yeah, we're just going to see, we're seeing actually Junior right now. That Dynamo actually, what am I saying? The Dynamo is actually painting mid. And just Dynamo's a really good weapon for Wahoo World, as it allows both teams to just quickly paint, being able to just get control. And Dynamo's actually getting pressured by CDS, getting one. Oh, but then Swampy's able to quickly put pressure and actually, you know, finish off the Dynamo, as he puts a wall up to actually push forward on up. As you know, first control goes over to actually Team Tempo IHOP, but it doesn't matter because Team Symphony comes and takes it. As you know, we see Swampy build up the Booyah Bomb. They pop Booyah Bomb onto Booyah, and instead of using oh, Swampy gets one with the Booyah Bomb, and you know, control actually switches back to Tempo IHOP. As we see here, just the splash just working on in, and Symphony's actually able to just quickly get back control and keep the map the way they want it, not allowing Team Tempo IHOP to quickly get back in, as both teams are actually close to another armor with the Dynamo up really close to another armor, and they even have Booyah. They have all their specials. They can actually probably push back in really soon. Oh, we now have Taruka quickly getting a splat, popping armor to save herself, but also help her teammates, quickly getting the CDS, as control switches back to IHOP, as Taruka on the flank is able to actually put pressure, get the Dynamo, get the Splatling, and Dynamo's right behind it, but it doesn't matter, as Symphony's actually able to just gain control and keep control from them. This is an exciting set, guys. Both teams are just trying to build special here, as they're just trying to keep each other out. And that's why I like Wahoo World. You see, you can't get spawn camp, but you have to know how to push back in, as Team Symphony is making a really good job of actually keeping map control and keeping pressure, as they're just able to quickly, you know, keep control of the entire zone. As Booyah Bomb kind of misses zone, but it doesn't matter, as you know, with the help of the splash, they're actually able to get control, and they're actually able to then just keep control. But it's, at the moment, it's probably gonna go back to Team Sympathy. Sympathy. I'm messing up the names. I'm sorry. Team Symphony, as the Dynamo, you know, quickly paints, but we get taken out. As what is this? Oh, Saku gets taken out, but it is Swampy with the Booyah Bomb to retaliate and help back. Swampy's just pushing pressure, but they're basically almost pushing up to their spawn, keeping pressure up forward. The Booyah Bomb comes out as control switches right back to IHOP. This is a back and forth match. That Swampy's a little bit cut out of position. He's going to be able to jump out for free, actually. And as we see, the zone goes back to Team IHOP, and now is actually going down the counter. Rain is now popped on the side of IHOP, and control switches right back to Team Symphony. Booyah Bomb gets thrown out, and you know, this is just an all-out bloodshed, as both teams are just trying to constantly fight for control of the zone. Armor gets popped. Oh, Uzi gets caught out of position there and actually gets punished for pushing up. You know, Taruka has to retreat there, as Team IHOP is actually able to quickly just continue the match. And as we see, just Echo quickly get back into the fight, you know, super jumping right back in thanks to his teammates. And we see the power of the Splatling and the Dynamo comp working together, just keep pressure and just keeping the other team away. 10 whistles come on in, out. And control switches back, and we're hitting out 25, almost allowing IHOP to actually gain the lead. But we actually have to, you know, sharking there. Oh, can he get the, oh, but he actually got the trade. He actually got the trade. So we are actually, you know, the match is still going on. And both teams are just string, you know, the penalties going down. Actually, Team Symphony is actually able to just quickly wall it down. The zone lost control. Swampy is actually punished. And now, you know, it's a 3v4 on the side. 3v3, did I speak too soon? On the side, on both teams. as no one's really, putting pressure directly onto the zone, but they're putting pressure on their own side, on every side that they can. And this is going down to the last 10 seconds. Can Team Symphony close out the first round? And Team IHOP gets control. Oh, but Echo gets caught out. Oh, can they pop special? They pop armor, but Taku gets taken down. And now with only 17 seconds left on the penalty, can they actually build it? They pop Booyah Bomb. They actually don't pop Booyah Bomb. Oh, that's one. And can we get this? Boying is just holding zone as it's a really close match. It's Boying by himself, but oh, he can't keep it to him. He can't keep the zone. Team Symphony gets the first round in that match. This is an exciting set of Luti. The first match goes to Team Symphony. The first match of Luti. The first match of the week. The first match of the video goes to Team Symphony. It's tower control. The name of the game, the name of the objective is ride the tower till the end of the checkpoint. We have an interesting comp on both sides, both teams running NZAP and the Kenza shot. But one team opting not even to have a backline, but instead opt to just completely run the machine. Not even machine with Stingray, but machine with Splashdown. And Team IHOP is actually the first team to actually get picks. They get 2 picks off rip, starting off the match, quickly being able to put pressure. And I think, oh, Saku goes down, and Team IHOP is the first team to actually make the push and quickly put pressure on the objective and actually push this objective forward, as we see both teams just quickly popping 10 missiles. Oh, and Boiling goes down to the 10 missiles. A valiant effort. Uzi's out right now, actually on the left, quickly getting pressured by 2 is a 2v1. But with those 10 missiles, they are actually able to slow the process down and not allow the team to IHOP to actually push. Armor gets popped on the side of Team Symphony, as Team Symphony then pushes out with this armor, trying to get map control again, trying to just get mid, as Team IHOP is not letting them get control and not, keep it. As, oh, Saku is actually able to, Taku's actually able to get a pick over there, but she actually gets punished, as she actually gets called out and punished by the enemy team. Splashdown comes down on the side of Team Symphony. Echo's right on the side. He's getting pressured by both teammates. They're able to ride tower, but Swampy backs up, getting 10 missiled actually. And they pop, and Team IHOP pops armor, retaliating back and not letting the team actually fight. And, they're just keeping up the pressure when they can. And this is actually really interesting. Oh my gosh. And Team IHOP now basically gets control of mid again, and now pushes out to actually get control of mid once more. Oh, Boiling goes down as, oh, Swampy isn't actually able to get the pick off there. And he actually gets punished. I believe that's Taku. No, that's not Taku. Someone earlier went down. Oh, this is a bloodshed on both sides, but Team IHOP still able to keep control. Taku from the right and the left. Team Symphony is actually able to get control and make that tower go right back to mid, as they're able to basically get control of mid once more. And they're able to basically keep control of the entire map once more without any issues. Let's take a look here at Swampy now, as Swampy's actually playing pretty well, pretty good. And he's actually able to keep control, keep paint, as someone's actually, they pop 10 missiles on the side of IHOP. And will this actually be enough to stop the push on Team Symphony, as they get 1 pick? So now it becomes a 1v, a 1v4. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak too soon. I'm not speaking fast enough. This is an exciting match, and it looks like Team IHOP is actually able to tie up the series with this if they continue this amazing performance that they're keeping up. The Team IHOP now, both teams actually have Stingray and 10 missiles, as Team Symphony actually pops 10 missiles to back them up, gets a pick off, and they pop Booyah Bomb, but with no actual reason to actually pop it, as Team Symphony basically gets 2 specials out of Team IHOP for free. And Taku's actually pushing tower. She's going to need a little bit of assistance. Oh, and she just keeps it up as, oh my gosh, Echo is able to quickly, with the help of Joe, quickly able to just go in and, clean up tower and clean up the fight, as this is an exciting match, ladies and gentlemen. Spiraling again on the tower, putting pressure. 10 missiles get popped on the side of IHOP, and Boiling goes down. No, actually, I'm lying. No, I did. No, I'm lying. Wow. Joe. Echo's now riding the tower. Probably going to get called out. Swampy gets traded for that splat. And now you have Saku just on top, as Team Symphony is not letting them quickly going to be able to knock this out or even push this tower any further. They're saying, no, we want to stop this game here. We want to bring this game to a game. We want to bring it to a game 3. We don't want to simply lose right here, right now. As they pop armor and they're able to get a pick, but that's traded out as the 3v3, as Swampy's actually now in a tough position as he's called out by basically both players, and he's in a tough position. He gets 1. And we actually see, oh, Echo's actually able to retaliate and get Swampy, get 2 out on Taku. And now you have Uzi on the right, just trying to actually keep control. Jumping right back into mid. As Team Symphony is actually able to now clean this up a little bit and get control. And I wonder, can this actually be the miracle push that they need in order to get lead? Or will this bit stopped once again, once more by Team IHOP? Team IHOP with a flank on the right by Echo, as they're able to quickly get control. And it's too late, as Team IHOP basically ties up the series 1-1 of this best of 9, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, as this is an exciting Luti match. As we go to Starfish main stage Rainmaker. And I wonder what both teams are going to run. We see an interesting repeat. We see an interesting comp. They're running essentially more of a mirror, opting for, instead of an Octobrush, they're opting for a T-Tech, but both having actually, you know, Inkjet. So I'm interested to see if this is player preference or is this thing. As you know, first pop actually goes to Team Symphony, and they're able to basically get mid control as they're quickly able to pop. But Team IHOP's not letting this go down as they're quickly painting, and they're able to essentially get mid control on the right side of this mid. And 10 missiles come out and basically force Team IHOP a little bit back. As, oh, Uzi gets cut out there, making it now a 3v4 as we go into the match, as Damp, actually with the Octobrush, is actually, you know, throwing out bombs and, you know, they're actually trying to be sneaky, and just trying to push in, as they have now armor and hammer, and they're pushing in, trying to make space, apparently, and helping their team, as they're able to basically pop the armor on one teammate. But are they going to get cut out here? Oh, they get punished there for pushing out, as Uzi now actually has control, and Team Symphony now has control of mid, now has essentially a 1 lead. Actually, no, I spoke too soon. It's actually a 3v3. Are they going to pick up and try and push this raw? They are going to try and push this, as 10 missiles get popped on the side of IHOP, forcing Uzi back. The team quickly jumps back into mid, and this is going to be an interesting push if done correctly. Team Uzi actually, you know, they're trying to it seems like they're trying to push it on the right side here, and, you know, Isaku actually trades there, and Rainmaker's able to push it right back down to 27 as Swampy jumps out. Interesting enough. I wonder why, as, you know, Rainmaker was left alone, but I felt like Swampy could have, you know, pushed back into mid actually, and not actually, you know, give control up. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. As we see both teams quickly fighting for mid and actually, you know, staying with control. As this time, IHOP actually gets first pop, and now it becomes a 4v3 as Swampy, you know, quickly sharks, and now again is a 3v3, a 3v2 as Swampy is able to retaliate and get a quick pop and get a quick splat. Mid control still a little bit shaky. Both teams, you know, not one clear victor on who has mid control, and both teams are just trying to stabilize, just trying to get control, as they're basically want to push out, but they want to do it in a safe manner. As Taku actually gets called out, punished there, and Rain gets punished as armor gets popped on both sides. But it seems like Team IHOP is actually able to take this, and it's going to start pushing this Rainmaker forward as they pop the hammer. And I'm wondering, how are they going to push this? Are they going to push? They're pushing it right side on well, and they get getting a lead of 20, actually really close, even though they're basically essentially fully wiped actually on the side of IHOP, as they're going to be able to actually pop and take it again to mid. Now with Taku having, you know, Rainmaker, they, you know, this means that no longer does Team Symphony actually have access to armor, and instead they have to push this entire Rainmaker without armor, as, you know, Taku can't pop armor as long as they hold essentially 10 missiles, and 10 missiles get popped out. Mid control still, you know, fought back, as you know, Joe is actually trying to pop Rain. Rain gets popped, putting pressure as Damp is trying to push up, put some pressure. He has the hammer. Could we see a possible hammer throwing coming out? Oh, he gets the Rainmaker and actually punishes the Rainmaker as you know, essentially Team IHOP has control of mid, and it's actually harder for Team IHOP to push back in as Team IHOP actually has control. And oh, they punish that push real quick, and they're gonna try and pop. They got a quick splat with the pop, but oh snap! As Saku is actually able to quickly get, you know, stop their push, pop 10 missiles, and put pressure again on the side of Team IHOP. I'm interested to see how both teams are going to try and push out. Is there enough time to actually... I don't think there's enough time for them to actually pop to leave Rainmaker to reset and actually then push out into mid, as they're struggling to even push back out into mid as both teams are on one side. Oh, Uzi is actually able to get one, turning this into a 4v3, but they're getting quickly punished so there's actually a flank that's getting called out. But, you know, hey, Team Symphony Team IHOP still has control, and Team Symphony still holding out, trying to hold control. Our Rainmaker gets armor gets popped on the side of Team Symphony as they're able to quickly push into mid and somewhat get control, but no picks on either side, and both teams are just trying to hold out and hold control. They're not even going to try and commit. 10 missiles get popped out and force the team to actually fall back. And I wonder, do they actually know where any team members actually is? It's actually a 4v2, a 2v3 actually on one side, and I wonder what's going to happen. As Taku's actually by herself, she's getting pushed by Echo that had the armor, and they were unable to actually stop that. It seems as if Team IHOP basically found their car, was able to push the gas, and actually are just continuing their momentum into from game 2 up until game 3 and maybe even game 4 as they take lead in the set 2-1. As we see the Splash-O-Matic come out, and you know, a very similar comp to what we saw last game, but instead of an Octobrush, now we see an Ink Brush coming out. And both teams are quickly just, you know, collecting clams, getting mid control, trying to find that armor to quickly pop up on. As let's get control of, you know, this is how actually mid control actually looks at the moment. And it's very interesting to see how everything sees. As it seems as if both teams quickly trade out. No, not one team actually taking the lead, as Team Symphony is able to quickly build a power claim and throw it in to get a lead of 80 to 100. As you know, it doesn't amount to much, but you know, hey, a lead is a lead. But this actually gives now Team IHOP a free football, as they already have a football too. So you know, 10 missiles get popped out, but this is actually interesting, as you see Boiling on the lower side, you know, actually collecting some clams, as neither team are actually collecting, you know, the free football that was actually made from scoring. And armor comes out on the side of Team Symphony, and Bomb Rush too, you know, comes out on the side, but you know, that's kind of canceled out by Booyah Bomb as the 52 pushes out. Ooh, Swampy gets punished there, and I wonder, are they gonna... Yes, they do punish Saku there, and this is actually readying up for them to actually make a monster push, as they essentially have taken down 2 members. And they're able to essentially... Oh, they missed the football. Oh, they actually missed the football there. And I believe that they're not going to be able to actually get the football. Oh, that's actually super unfortunate, as Damp... You can see Damp trying to run in, trying to collect the football, as the Booyah Bomb actually catches one out. And they're able to still break it in and score. Oh, as they were able to form essentially another football. And I believe they essentially took the football from, you know, the first... From their side, it actually scored, so they were actually still able to score 2 footballs, even though they missed the first one. This is very interesting. As we see now, essentially, Team Symphony get control of mid and quickly get control. As let's take a look at how Swampy is over here on the side, and they're essentially able to just, you know, they have Bomb Rush. They could basically make something of it, and let's see what they do. Oh, Splashdown comes out, trading right there. But Uzi's in a tough position. I believe Uzi got taken out there. And Echo's actually now just quickly fighting and trying to get, essentially pushing up for his team and essentially getting control. He has 10 missiles. They can quickly pop while Team IHOP doesn't actually have a ball at the moment. They're very close to an actual football. football. Team IHOP still has the football and still holding. They're holding really well, and they're able to get control as, you know, the bomb rush comes out, essentially allowing them to get some pressure and some mid control. You know, ooh, Boiling's able to quickly almost get a splat there as they're still holding, but, you know, they trade out there 3-3 as not one team clearly has a deciding lead on in this set or this match. As we see here, a trade again from Swampy and Damp. As, you know, this is actually going to the lead of Team Symphony getting map control very well. And we can see that it's very difficult for them to push out and deal with the splatling, as you don't even see something like a cheeky flank happening for Clamblitz. It's very popular for Clamblitz for someone to just quickly flank and the entire team jump out there. As Uzi might have actually dodged the shots and gotten the splashdown down, was actually punished for actually with the 10 missiles as... Oh, Taku's at Taruka? Taruka's actually punished right there. And Uzi's left alone as, you know, Team IHOP essentially has 2 footballs. They're going to be able to score the first football. They're quickly going to be able to run it. And now with a lead of 31, they're able to score both footballs. Damp gets another splat to add to the collection. As we might see Echo quickly going on the side to quickly throw a clam. Gets 1, gets 2. Gets actually 2 right there. And they're able to quickly throw it. Clam. They might have missed the football. And oh, it didn't matter. A very decisive lead. Once they took lead, they held the gas and they kept pushing and they kept fighting. And it was very, very clear to see that one team very much took control and took lead the entire game. It's very interesting to see. We still see the aggression comp now with a pro on the side of Team Symphony, as both teams are just going to quickly pop out here, and, you know, they're taking control of both teams are trying to take control of a conveyor belt, essentially taking control. As Swampy, Swampy takes 1 but actually trades for it with his life, as Uzi is able to put pressure but not able to fully finish a splat. Zaku actually, you know, pushes out, but his team is actually able to avenge them, as Team Symphony essentially is the first ones to take control of this set. And Swampy's quickly hiding there. They pop armor, and I wonder, are they going to rush the splatling? They are going to rush the splatling, quickly getting the splat onto Boing. And you can see that Symphony is still holding control, and Uzi's having a little bit of trouble here, but still, you know, they're still able to pop control. 10 missiles come out on the side of Team IHOP, and they're able to quickly get a splat. And I wonder if they're actually able to do anything, as, you know, Team IHOP isn't actually still able to do anything. And they might have stopped the, you know, the zone from ticking, but they can't do anything at the moment. And they actually trade there. It's a 3v3 at the moment, as Joe gets taken out by Uzi as armor gets popped. And now we see Uzi basically, you know, push up with the armor and just, you know, put pressure, but still hold that conveyor belt, not allowing Team IHOP to get control of the conveyor belt. And, you know, Team IHOP still fighting back, not allowing basically the thing. As you see a Booyah Bomb coming out, Taku gets actually punished for possibly moving up and gets, you know, hit. As we see, oh, Echo's actually able to quickly go in and get 3 of them. Oh my gosh. Echo's able to quickly get 3 of them, and now the entire map and the entire zone flips over to the side of Team IHOP. And now Team IHOP now has control, and they're essentially just keeping good control and not allowing Team Symphony to get back in, and even being able to paint for the moment, I want to say. As we see that Team Symphony is actually being able to push out on the left hand side. 10 missiles come out, and they pop armor, and they're able to essentially stop, you know, control, but for a bit. But it doesn't matter, as both teams pop armor, but nothing is actually able to come from it. They pop rain, and they're able to still top control, as, oh, Echo comes from the flank. Uzi quickly dodging out, not getting caught out. But the Booyah Bomb to force Swampy forward, that was so unlucky. As, you know, it's now a 1v2, but, you know, Uzi can't do much except hold that position there for his team. As, you know, the zone's still ticking down, and they have to essentially try to take zone really quickly. As Team Symphony is essentially trying to get control, Swampy trades out there, and they're still trying to do this. Rain gets popped, but someone dies on the zone, and and zone quickly goes. Team IHOP is actually able to maintain control that entire match and is able to maintain control the entire time. I need someone to like commentate with me because like I'm realizing this. Everything moves happen so fast that it's so hard for me to commentate like really quickly. I'm sorry. As we're quickly gonna see what's happening here, as we actually have both teams pushing out, and we see a return of the Octobrush, and now Team Symphony actually opting to actually run double, K shot. As first splat goes to Team Symphony as Team IHOP now is on the retreating end. Echo's forced to jump out as Swampy's now on the tower. They're able to quickly get control, and you're able to essentially they're keeping mid control. Missiles come out. A little bit of maybe a hiccup there as both teams essentially as Team Symphony essentially now has control, is able to keep the gas. They said we're not losing today. Today will not be the day we lose, and today will not be the day we lose this Luti match. We have practiced hard for this, as they're continuing the pressure and they're able to keep the pressure going, as essentially they're rotating players on and who's on and off the actual tower, and that's very interesting for them, as Swampy's going to be able to actually push on up, as with the help of Uzi, he's actually able to finish off that splat. Now Team Symphony is actually holding the gas forward. They're able to essentially hold tower, and they're basically getting this lead down to what, 33 it seems, and 29, an impressive lead, as Uzi's actually able to get one pick off. Now Uzi's might be on the receiving end, as Team IHOP is now able to quickly push out into mid. They do force the Inkjet out, which is really good for Team Symphony. But now we continue with Team Symphony now pushing back out in and trying to get mid control, as armor gets popped. Taruka's trying to navigate through. In a 2v1 at the moment. They're gonna get punished. Isaku essentially trades for that, and now it is a 3v3 on both ends, as Echo goes down, as Team Symphony is just relentless with these splats and does not want to give up control at all. Taku's gonna be on the actual tower now, as Inkjet gets popped out. They're gonna be forced to kind of retreat a little bit. Booyah Bomb forced as well on the tower, as Taku's now going to be retreating a bit better. Now, but here's the thing that's interesting, is that while Damp might be in mid, Taku gets called out right there. Damp actually gets called out. Damp actually gets 2 right there, which probably was like a mistake on the callouts for Team Symphony, not calling out that Damp was there. A human error. It happens all the time. But now Boing's on tower. You're not going to have Damp. Armor is now popped, and Damp pops out. Inkjet, as they're able to quickly pop out the retaliation, as Damp gets 2 with the Inkjet. He's essentially able to keep pressure, as Uzi goes down to Echo, and we see this tower continue to go forward, as Swampy then goes down again. Booyah Bomb now comes out, and is Isaku now forced to essentially build special, hold a bit back, wait for his team to come forward, as Damp has another Inkjet for his team, another armor, as they essentially get lead here. And they're able to essentially dominate this entire match, and they're able to continue the pressure and keep holding forward, as Taku essentially has to push forward and get stop one. They do trade, but is the tower actually going to go fully to thing? They stop the tower. They get a full wipe on Team IHOP, but now it's a very impressive lead and a very important lead that now Team Symphony now has to essentially get mid control, keep mid pressure, and actually Isaku calls out and punishes Echo for that call out, as we see Swampy on the left struggling really hard right now to actually push and get control of their plat, but the entire team is actually pushing and holding forward, as it seems as if they're essentially able to get control. Swampy gets 1. Uzi still holding control, as Taku's just holding tower, pushing it, being a true teammate, a true champion to this, as we see what's actually happening. 10 missiles come out, and it forces the entire team to come back, as tower is rolling back to where it used to be. Echo might get punished here and actually called out, as we see Taku actually might lose tower, as we see now 1 splat on. It's a trade. It's a 2v2 at the moment, and Taku's actually right tower, trying to continue the lead, as they have to quickly back up, as they were trying to clear the checkpoint, as they can't, as now Taku gets punished for actually trying to push up and not properly waiting for the team, as Saku's now quickly sharking on right there, as they might have not been able to get anything, and they're quickly forced to return back to mid, as Taku's going to be able to actually get back onto mid. Uzi and Swampy now on the top left, keeping control of the match. And I wonder, guys, how's it going to go? How's this going? as you know, Damp is just there on the side, keeping it going. And honestly, like 10 missiles come out, and oh my gosh, 10 missiles come out. They're able to stop the push, but it's a 16-3. Ooh, the trade Uzi and oh, Swampy's now by himself here. He's gonna be trying to escape. He can't escape. Isaku's now in mid, but only 9 seconds left. Can they actually quickly get on tower and hold control, or maybe even get a wipe and get control as Taruka's actually Taku? Oh, they can't get control, and the Luti set goes to Team IHOP. A really impressive game turn of events. I honestly thought Team Symphony was actually going to be able to quickly take the match and, you know, hold that lead that they had. That was an impressive lead that they started with the beginning. But damn, it was really impressive that Damp and Tux were both able to build armor both times. Not first when they started their first initial push, and then second when they did their entire push once more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be all what I have today for this impressive Luti match. If you enjoyed, please make sure to support both teams, as both teams' infos will be in the description down below. Their Twitter, the team's Twitter, the team members' entire info, and whether they stream or they upload to YouTube. If you enjoyed this, you know, make sure to like. Let me know what I can do better, because I know spectating is a little bit difficult. I'm not sure how I can make it so it's very useful for both team and player and the audience members. So I want to make something that's a little bit both, so that both players can essentially both the audience and the team can essentially look at the VOD and enjoy it. So without further ado, my name is Gabe. It has been a pleasure being your host, and I am out. Later.